welcome back to Pete's Guitar Emporium. This is the last in a series of little videos about the story of the blues and its transition into rock and roll. We'll just catch up at the last bit where blues turns into 50s rock and roll, and with the arrival of 50s rock and roll of course comes this baby, the old Fender guitar. This is a Telecaster. I'll tell you more about this later. Let's go to where most people think rock and roll starts, really, as far as the commercial side starts, and that's in Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. It was owned by a guy called Sam Phillips, who was just running a jobbing studio. People came in, recorded songs for themselves, had little hillbilly combos come in and do little bits and bobs, trying to make it into the big time. So one day Sam Phillips is sitting there twiddling his thumbs, nobody's coming in, and then this young lad appears at the door, and he said, "Oh, I see you're doing a deal. You can record songs for yourself." He said, "Yeah." He said, "A couple of dollars, you can record a couple of songs." He said, "Oh, great." He said, "I want to record something for my mum's birthday." So he said, "Oh, great, yeah, come in." So he said, "Have you got a guitar?" He said, "Yeah, I sort of, yourself." I said, "Okay, fine." He said, "Get in the corner." So he goes in the thing and he said, what do, can you hear me?" He said, yeah. He said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "A couple of tracks. One's called That's Alright Mama, because it's my mum's birthday, and the other one's called You Could Stick That Where the Sun Don't Shine," which was going to be the B-side. So Sam says, "Well, okay, alright, when the red light goes on, just get on with it, bub." So this young lad's out the front and he gets his old acoustic guitar out. This is of course not acoustic. He goes, anyway, off he goes, and he sings That's Alright Mama, and he's just getting towards the end of it, and Sam comes back from the toilet and he's going, Is that the same kid?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh," he said, "that sounds amazing. It's sort of like blues but with a sort of hillbilly edge. Absolutely fantastic." So he gets to the end of the song and he waits for the guy to finish, and he goes, "Wait, can you hear me?" He said, yeah. He said, "That's amazing. Never heard anything like that before. What's your name?" And he said, "Reg Trumpet." And Sam went, oh, well done, Reg. That's fantastic." And then he turns the microphone off in the studio, and he says to his mate, he said, "That's the most amazing thing I've ever heard." He said, "We've got to sign this guy up." Then his mate says, "Yeah, but his name's Reg Trumpet, and he looks like the back end of a Dodge truck. I can't really see it happening." He said, "No, it's obviously going to be a problem there. Perhaps you could just sell us the songs or something." So that's what they do. They think about that, and then suddenly there's a knock on the door. And he said, "Oh, it's that bloody delivery boy again." Open the back door of the studio, and there's this young lad with the truck. This young lad is called Elvis Presley. He's a good looking lad, a bit of a troublemaker, been hanging around town for years getting in trouble, Anyway, so he said, "I'll come in, I'll pay you for the bloody Elvis, come in." And then Elvis is sitting there, doing his impersonation of Cliff Richard. And suddenly Sam has this brilliant idea. He goes, "Hang on a minute, can you sing, Elvis?" And Elvis went, "No man, no, I can't sing." I'm not sure whether that's Elvis or Cliff Richard now, I get confused, they're so similar. And so he says, "Can you come back tomorrow? I might have some work for you." He said, "Yeah, all right, man." Off he bumbles. He gets this Reg Trumpet, says, "Reg, come in here." So he comes next door. He said, "I thought your song was really unusual and it's very, very good. Would you like to record some more stuff for me?" And he went, "Really?" He said, yeah. Just come in, record. I'll get you a backing band as well. I know some really good players I can get in, and they can back you on some songs." And he said, "I'll tell you what, I won't even charge you for those 2 songs. You get your birthday present for free." So of course old Reg is going, "Oh man, it's great, oh fantastic." Got free, he cuts the disc off and off he goes to give it to his mum. So then of course what Sam thinking of, what he does is, very sneaky. Because in them days, you see, of course, nobody actually plays live. It's all mined. Everything's mined. If you ever see any footage of the 1950s, you see people playing at these outdoor events. It's always like in black and white, because that's all the only clothes they get. It's after the war, very dowdy, everything's in black and white. So you see the film of them performing, but there's no music. Music's overdubbed over the top. That's what happens. Everybody just overdubs everything. So nobody's playing live. It's just all mined. It wasn't just now. It was then as well. So it gets his plan together. Prints up. That's all right, Mother. Changes the name of the label to Elvis Presley. Gets these photographs taken of Elvis. Sends the track, the record to the radio stations with a picture of Elvis. And that's how the legend starts. Everybody thinks that this guy who's actually Reg Trumpet is actually this Elvis Presley geezer. And he gets away with it for years and years, until technology catches up with him. And they say, oh bloody hell, we're in trouble now. People expect you to play live, Reg and Elvis. So in the end they thought, well, let's just get out while we've got the money's, being repaid of money. And they send our poor old Elvis off to the army. Kind of a minute. Anyway, that's the end of the beginning of rock and roll. Then the 60s turns up, which is crap really, 60s. Starts off with the Beatles knackering everything up. All these sort of, I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand, we can work it out, we can work it out, imagine all the people living in the world. Yeah, oh, give me a break, lads. And that turns into loads of old hippie rubbish. Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, The Doors. Oh, it's like, Anyway, so that all goes away. Luckily, it just dies its own, So then, next part of the story is, coming right up to date now, really. Early 80s, 82, 83. I get this phone call from a guy called John Landau, who's an American manager, producer guy. I've known him for many years, done lots of work for him. And he says, have you heard of a guy called Bruce Springsteen? I said, well, yeah, did he come from New York? He said, yeah. He's had a couple of albums out, but it's a bit folky, a bit drab. And we want to try and up his game a bit to something a bit more rocking. I said, well, do you want me to come over and, a bit of the tracks? He went, that's exactly what we want, a bit of. So I go off to America. And he starts working on this new album. And he said, the album's going really well, and I'm playing on most of the tracks. Bruce's guitaring is a bit, it's a bit, so what he wants is more, a bit more of that gun tuning, a bit more, Anyway, we get to about 3/4 of the way through the album. And then this John Landau guy says, look, it's going really well, but we don't think there's a single on the album yet. Can you come up with something? So I said, well, we've been at this for months. I said, and Bruce is getting really bored. I'm really bored. I want to go home. I've got things to do. So he said, well, Bruce is going on holiday for 3 weeks. He's going skiing. I said, oh, great, charming. So he wants me to stay here and write songs for him while he goes off skiing. So what I do is, I said, look, well, I'm going home. I've had enough. I'm really bored with this. I'm bored with this. I'm bored with America. I'm going home. He said, well, don't tell Bruce Willis already because you might upset him. Then he'll come back and he'll think the album's not going to get done and get the like American. So off he goes on holiday. I thought, well, I'll just get my cassette player out and I'll write him this little tiny song just to say, look, thanks for the work. Hope all goes well. Hope to see you when you come to tour the UK. So I write this little song. I thought, well, I'll try and explain why I'm leaving. So writing this song, right, and it's called Bored with the USA. So you can see where this is going, can't you? Anyway, so send her the cassette. That goes to John. 2 weeks later, get a phone call. You know that song you wrote for Bruce? I said, no, what song? He said, the one on the cassette. So that was just to say goodbye and thanks very much. Indeed, it wasn't a real song, just a little demo ditty. He went, no, really loves it. And he's going to put it out as a new single. I said, well, you can't do that. It's called Bored with the USA. He went, no, we've changed the title to Born with the USA. But your guitar riff is so good, we're going to use the whole thing. Oh, so it's not Bruce on the track then, it's me, is it? He said, yeah. So, well, you know, save some money. And he went, well, you know, it's a bit tight at the moment. You know, they're like Americans, a bit tight at the moment. So we'll try and sort something out. So I said, all right. Anyway, eventually, I get this parcel in the post. They sent me a load of US dollars, which I think they've got from the merchandising bloke, because it comes in a big box. And a note from Bruce saying, thanks for the song. It's bumped up my career no end. I'll see you when I come over in the summer. Thanks so much indeed. And in this big box is this Fender guitar, which Bruce has been given by Fender as a one-off special, because it's got the old Bigsby on it, which is very kind of Bruce, considering he got it for free. Anyway, that's the end of the Bruce Springsteen. Right, so I get contacted by this Irish band called U2. They say, come over to Ireland, we need some help. So we get over there, lovely guys. There's a guy called Bonio or something like that, named after a dog biscuit, who's the singer. Great bass player, great, fantastic drummer. But their guitarist is a guy with a bobble hat on, who also lost a bobble, which is a bit odd. Anyway, his guitar style tends to be along the lines of yeah, so I said, yeah, I see your issue, mate. Anyway, so I work out the new guitar parts, and I play on the Joshua True and a couple of other albums that follow. Of course, the issue they've got coming up with now is this year they're going out on the road again to do an anniversary tour of the Joshua Tree. Now that sounds to me like we ain't got no more songs. That's what it normally means, the Greatest Hits tour. So I get a phone call from The Edge, which is this guitarist bloke, who said, oh, Pete, I'm in trouble, but in an Irish accent, I don't do accents. I didn't play on the original albums, how am I going to do it? I said, well, we'll just do what we did before. I'll come along on the tour, you stand at the front going, in the name of, all that stuff, and I'll stand under the stage doing all that stuff. And he went, oh, would you do that? I said, yeah, I don't need, you know, fame's not a thing for me, and all that poncing about. So you go and do that, you do the up and down the thing at the front, doing your and all that stuff. You do that, and I'll sit under the stage with my flask of tea and my sandwiches, and I'll just do the guitar thing. And they seem to be alright with that, so that seemed to go very, very well. So that's what's going to happen this summer. So if you're out with, if you go to see U2 this year, wave at the Edge and pray that I'm still sitting beneath the stage there doing my thing. So hopefully that'll be good for this year. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, Fender guitars. For those of you who don't this is one of the new songs I was trying to get you to put in with the Joshua Tree thing, because I wrote loads for the album and it's not on the album, so this was going to be a as you know, the Edge likes to use all these fancy pedals and things, but this is what I use. It's my own invention. It's actually oh, bugger, it's broke. Anyway, I won't be using that on the tour. Oh dear. Basically, it works like this. It's like Wilco Johnson, but much better. You know, it's got more of a. And so I'll be using that on the tour, and we'll be playing the follow-up version to on New Year's Day. It goes a bit like this. I'll show you a bit because I can't, because it's going to be on the new album. But it'll be using the right. So it goes. On a New Year's Day, all the shops are shut. On a New Year's Day, where am I going to get to buy to wait to the New Year's Day, that's day after Boxing Day. So that's going to be on the new album, hopefully. I'll fix that. So that's it for the history of the blues with a bit of rock and roll chucked in. I hope to be doing a bass session soon, but I've got to borrow the bass I need back from Duncan's Guitar World down at the Phoenix Soundworks. So I'll be doing that coming up in the new season, but I've got to put this U2 thing on hold for a bit. Right, so catch you all later, guys, and take care. And that's it from Pete's Guitar Emporium.